Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. We are just moments away from getting kicked off here as we check to make sure our stream is live and running here. We do indeed have a live broadcast underway, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get things kicked off here then with what has been a background rivalry to the main events in the KEW, seeing the Budget Magician and the Torpedo really locking horns in recent weeks, and of course the Torpedo and the Man Crusher teamed up in tag action just last week and were stripped of their tag team belts. The Man Crusher has not been happy with her other half since then. She wants gold. She came to the KEW for gold, took the KEW Championship, lost it, defended the tag team titles at the pay-per-view and then lost them respectively after that to the Misfits, his former tag team partners. She sent him out here on his own tonight to try and deal with the Budget Magician, who has been active in the KEW back rooms and in the locker room, chasing the eyes, if you like, of the Man Crusher, trying to get her attentions. And this man is less than impressed with that. I've seen them go toe-to-toe before, of course, the Budget Magician and the Torpedo, and it has been the Torpedo who's come out on top in the past. But with the recent unhappiness, if you like, within his relationship with the Man Crusher, and with the Budget Magician lurking around the corner trying to catch the eye of the Man Crusher, can he get a good win over his arch rival here and really propel himself into the eyes and the thoughts of his beloved, who I'm sure will be watching at home or in the locker room? I haven't seen her or a fabulous limousine arrive here this evening, so we can only assume she's watching from their home, and she'll be watching with real curiosity here as he looks focused on the task at hand. And she'll be watching to see if this man here, whether he is all talk, whether he is all tricks and illusions, or whether he's more than just that, and could he be a potential suitor for her in the future. Only time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. Again, pulling off his tremendous magic trick with the cape starting halfway through him. We still don't know how he does this. Sleight of hand, a trick of the light, we're not sure, ladies and gentlemen. But he is a tricky customer, as I'm sure the Torpedo will know. He points down to the magic trick that's about to take course, and there it goes. How does he do it, ladies and gentlemen? I'm as baffled as everybody else in the KEW arena. You can see the woman there looks slack-jawed in the audience. Goodness gracious me. The Budget Magician focused here. I'm sure the Torpedo will be asking himself how he does it, but he will have to focus on the task at hand as well. Getting a win over his rival here as he slaps the cummerbund. Is the magic in the cummerbund? I just don't understand it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not a magic man. Dropping the Torpedo square on his spine there. Good early start from the Budget Magician. We have, of course, seen him start slowly in a few matches before. Oh, the reverse vertical suplex. But perhaps it's the renewed interest, seeing the failures of the tag team or former tag team champions and them losing the gold. And really, you should take the gold off his boots and underwear. Really, the Torpedo, as he's no longer a champion of any description, really. Furious shots now to the Budget Magician, but he catches him, as you can see the anger on display from the Torpedo. And the arm wrench there from the Budget Magician as well. Has hold of him by the head, lifted him high now into the... Oh, a package suplex there with a nasty landing and a cover two to fit the one leg hooked and the back arch there from the Budget Magician. Good arching on display, showing off for the cameras and perhaps somebody watching at home. And now the Torpedo off the ropes there with a big crossbody, driving the Budget Magician down to the KEW matting. You can see the women in the front row are eager and excited here. Maybe they know that one of these two men might be single soon, and that could be bad news for the BFG, who will of course be in action later this evening, which is why of course there are so many ladies in the front row here in KEW this evening. Nasty dragon screw there from the Budget Magician, whipping a torpedo down to the floor. Now into the ropes he goes on. A big kick drives the torpedo down to the floor. A bit slow there from the Budget Magician, though. Missed him as he was getting up. And now a nasty slow net breaker drives the torpedo back down to the ground. Then a little right hand there to the forehead as he's slow back to his feet. Whips him now onto the apron here and goes to hit him, but the torpedo sees it coming and blocks it, climbs back in the ring, but dodges that hit as well. Nice athleticism there from the torpedo, only to get another package suplex there. I thought it was going to be into a cover as well, but he rolls out of the ring for a breather. He's fast back up and into the ring. I thought he would have taken a little longer there, but caught the Budget Magician cold. He comes back into the ring. Perhaps that swing in momentum was what it was needed there. A little break for the torpedo to break up the onslaught from the Budget Magician. Now going after the knee. Oh, vicious drive of the knee there, sending it into the mat from the corner. A nasty attack from the torpedo. The Budget Magician using the other leg there. Now the toe drag has him down, and the submission lock, the ankle lock here it appears. And the torpedo, plenty of power though, rolls him over like a crocky and gives him a few punches to the face. But you can see maybe the damage done to the torpedo's knee. Big uppercuts though, and a little kick there, and a disco clothesline for good measure, driving the Budget Magician down to the ground here. Now looking to go after the Budget Magician here, rolls him over onto the head, and a torpedo. I thought it was going to be a driver there right onto the knee, driven right into the head here, and now he might look to put him away. Went for a clothesline, missed it horribly. German suplex released by the Budget Magician, and now the torpedo looks like he might be in a spot of bother from looking like he had a potential momentum shift there. A big kick to the ribs from the Budget Magician. He's going to drag him away from the ropes, and he does have an arsenal of submission moves in his locker, the Budget Magician. Is he going to pull one of them out here to try and get him to tap out? An ultimate embarrassment. Big shot to the ribs there to the torpedo. You see him clutching the ribs as he rolls for the corner again here. Crawls himself back up with big elbow. At the last second, might have saved his bacon. Off the ropes he goes. Big crossbody, but misses completely. Flew over the Budget Magician. Too much air. And now the Budget Magician with the ankle lock again. Locked in. Will the torpedo tap this time? He's close to the ropes. No, he's just enough left in to roll him over again. And the shots to get out of it. But you can see once again getting up, holding the knee. He looks very gingerly now. Goes for the jump off the ropes again. This time connects. Not too much air on that one with the crossbody. Just what the torpedo needed here with a furious hits to the Budget Magician's face. He's not happy with being shown up live on national TV here. Back into the ring comes the Budget Magician after rolling out to get a break, and the torpedo making the most of it, showing off to the KEW fans. Under he goes now, and over. The Budget Magician's on the run, went for the little kick, but the Magician sees it coming with a magical dodge and throws him to the ground. Goes for the cover, gets a 2 count there, and a kick out by the torpedo before he gets a shot to the spine, pinning the arm down now as the Budget Magician, he drops the knee squarely onto the arm of the torpedo on the bicep muscle, trying to weaken the sinewy power base of the little fella. And now I said about these submissions, look at that, nasty. There's a variation of the prism lock. It looks like he's got his head wrenched in there. I'm surprised he didn't tap out of that one. He's slow back to his feet, and the Budget Magician might look to end things here and now, ladies and gentlemen. Into the corner goes the torpedo, and the Budget Magician taking control of this one, wrenching the arm over the top ropes now. I'm surprised he didn't go for something more high impact there, really, ladies and gentlemen. Into the corner goes the head of the torpedo. He looks like he's dazed and confused. He's very slow and groggy here. Big shots on the knee again. Again, the Budget Magician looking to work the knees of the torpedo. Has hold of him now. Lifts him high. Oh, there's that package driver that he has. The mysterious package, if you like, 2. And a kick out at 2 there. It's almost like a magician's top hat. You never know what he's going to pull out of the bag here. The Budget Magician pulls the torpedo into the middle of the ring and gets kicked off at the last second. And back to his feet slowly now, and the torpedo has hold him. Oh, the snap DDT drives him into the floor, and is that going to be good night Vienna? 2. Oh, the kick out at 2 from the Budget Magician there. Good ring awareness, I guess, from the torpedo. Realised the momentum was completely against him and drives the Budget Magician into the KEW mat. head first. Now scoops him up, goes for the torpedo driver, and that might be enough now to put the Budget Magician away. He's poised, he wants more damage. Is this going to be one of his nasty moves here? Gets hold of him again, that nasty driving DDT into the mat here. He might have a concussion now, the Budget Magician. 2, 3, the torpedo puts him away here with a good victory, ladies and gentlemen. And you can see it looks like the Budget Magician might have sustained an injury there. He was spiked off the mat numerous times. The torpedo not done yet either. Back in the ring. He's assaulting him now in the centre of the ring, stomping a hole in the middle of him. The referee telling him to get out of here. And you can see the Budget Magician is in real problems here. The torpedo, the angriest man in the KEW locker room, tells him to stay away from his woman. Will that be enough to ward off the Budget Magician, ladies and gentlemen? Or are his attentions going to continue to swirl around the damsel that is the Man Crusher? We'll have to wait and see. But a important victory the torpedo will feel, especially as he did not appear to be in control of that one. He managed to pull it out of the bag with a swift couple of DDTs to give the concussion potentially to the Budget Magician, or at very least he might have not known what day of the week it is. And it's a good victory for him, a man of course who I'm sure will look to use his victories over the Budget Magician to chase down that belt around the waist of the hardcore champion, the BFG. The BFG here looking to keep his skills fresh in this one, ladies and gentlemen, as he'll be looking to take on the Spyclops, one half of the Men of Science, of course. And the Spyclops will be performing double duty this evening. He will be involved in tag team action later tonight. The old athlete trying to prove that he's still got what it takes in the tank to really show that he should be one of the KEW's premier athletes. We've seen other athletes do this in the past, of course. The Assassin being the most recent of note, pulled double duty to try and prove to his tag team partner, the CEO, that he should have been a prominent KEW wrestler. It looks like he might have dyed his hair a little here as well. The Spyclops doesn't look as grey as normal. Maybe trying to show that he's as youthful as ever. And if he can get a victory here over the KEW's hardcore champion, that will really see his stock rise in the KEW. I'm not so sure a man of his age though should be pulling double duty in the KEW. It is a physical division, a physical wrestling event, and you can see he is fired up and ready to go, as the crowd members don't seem too intimidated by his four-fingered salute. He slides back in the ring though, and the BFG will know that he's got a tough customer ahead of him. The Spyclops, of course, having many a ding-dong battle with some of the premier athletes in the KEW, taking the Spyclops, taking the Shinigami all the way through the into the Halloween pay-per-view last year and defeating him in a casket match, which of course the Shinigami lost his second casket match to the Tange this season. We haven't seen the Shinigami since. Of course, as well, the Spyclops took Mark the Magnificent, as he was then, all the way in the original KEW first inaugural season as well, in a rivalry that saw him try and capture all the Adams. Did not end well for him. The now Skeleton King getting the subtle victory over him, but it was a close fought affair. You can see, looks like he's lost a set step since sustaining the knee injury that kept him out for the first part of the KEW season at the hands of the Coven. And the BFG now is well and truly in control of this one. The sexual magnet of the KEW, you can tell. The ladies in the front row perched right on the edge of the barricades, get a full eyeful of their champion. And big shot there from the Spyclops. This might be a battle back that he needs, but bumped off the BFG. Thrown to the ground as well. Big powerbomb as well. Into the ropes now goes the BFG. Under goes the Spyclops on a big clothesline there. Stomps on him as well. Lifts him high and drops him down on his back, and a big boot to the face. And the Cyclops now looks to be in a spot of bother here. The BFG giving the two-fingered salute to the crowd, maybe mocking the Cyclops' four-fingered one, if you like, here. Runs to the top rope here, and this is a dangerous situation for him. A big headbutt there from the top rope. Goes for the cover now. 1, 2, and a kick out by the Cyclops. He may not be in the best of form. You can see the hardcore champion there. Thought he'd done enough to put him away. He might not be in the best of form, the Cyclops, but he is an athlete who can battle back and does have a deep tank to run out of as well. Now wrenching, it looks like trying to cut the air off of the big fella here. Arm wrapped around the gullet as well now. And the shots to the stomach and the rippling blows, if you like. Into the ropes goes the big fella. Under goes the Cyclops now and over. And went for the clothesline, but the big fella not dropped down. It looks like there's a bit of blood emerging from behind the eye patch of the Cyclops as well. The BFG taking his time here. Now, went for the splash, but missed it completely. Looked like he'd taken far too long to think about what was going on there. Maybe he was distracted by where the blood is coming from under the Cyclops' eye patch as well. And now he got this like guillotine style hold in on the BFG. Lifts him high though, does the BFG. Tosses him off. And then whips him into the ropes now, gets hold of him with a bear hug of his own, and German release suplex there. Not a German suplex, just a release there. Belly to back, if you like. Resting on the ropes as the Cyclops dangerously close to the corner. I'm sure the BFG will have made note of that. Now has hold of him and launched him up and all out of the ring. Goodness gracious me, almost might have split him in half there. Climbing to the top turnbuckle again as the BFG points to the lady in the front row, and she says, "Woo, I'm ready for you." Off of the ropes he comes, and a big axe handle smash there, driving the Cyclops down to the ground for a large man. He's decisively nimble from the top ropes. Big shot to the guts there as well. Lifts the Cyclops back to his feet and now sends him. I thought he was going into the stairs there. He managed to narrowly avoid it, but now the BFG. A nasty German suplex there, showing the power on the outside. And the Cyclops gets a big boot up as well. And the Cyclops, of course, was one of those who wanted to be involved in the hardcore division as well as the tag team division. He's was trying to go after the hardcore championship, but the BFG drags him down to the floor and smacks him off the flooring here, showing that Cyclops is maybe his best days are well and truly behind him now. Up to a 6 count. He's slow and doesn't like he knows what day of the week it is to Cyclops. He looks very drained here. The BFG turns around now, done disrespecting him on the outside, up to a 7 count, and he makes his way back into the ring, whips the BFG into the ropes, goes for the clothesline, but again can't take down the big fella, who lifts him high now, rolls him up and slams him down, crushing him with the full weight, and now pins him while staring at that lady in the audience. Gets the 3 count, and he'll be going to a hotel room later. I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, he'll be handing out his hotel room number anytime, any place, lifting the belt high in the air. Oh, here comes the Mystery. What's he doing here, ladies and gentlemen? A shot to the back of the BFG. We do, of course, know that the Mystery, the BFG came out and saw him, and now the Mystery returned the favour a few weeks ago and said, "I'm coming for your title." Has hold of it. No, delivers the title to the face of the BFG, throws it down on the ground and says, "I'll see you next time, any place, any time. I'm coming for that belt." Pure disrespect from the Mystery. I've not seen that side of him before, ladies and gentlemen. Outrageous behaviour from him, delivering the belt to the BFG that he blindsided. Disgusting from the man, we have to say. Goodness gracious me. We'll move to our next match for the evening. We'll come back and focus on that hardcore championship, I'm sure, at later dates, ladies and gentlemen. We know, of course, the Mystery is the #1 contender for the belt, and we saw that the BFG came out and taunted him from the stage. The Mystery returned the favour last week, and now it's getting a bit more physical there as the hardcore championship bounced off the noggin of the BFG. And we'll focus now on one of the more disgusting athletes in the KEW, the Skeleton King. I mean, goodness me, he is a nasty, nasty man. Injuring Benji in their long-fought rivalry, injuring him indefinitely, broken ribs, fractured spine. We don't know how long Benji's going to be out for and how long it's going to take him to recover. He's, of course, turned his attentions raw recently to the Tange. attacking him last week after cutting the power to the KEW arena, assaulting him in the darkness. Allegedly, anyway. There's no evidence to suggest it, so the KEW establishment cannot enforce a suspension on that little man. The Tange knows what happened, though. He knows the truth. Of course, he attacked the Tange beforehand, with the Tange now becoming the #1 contender in the first of the 3 matches, or the second of the 3 here. Attack the Tange, allowing Andy to get the victory, and it is, of course, Andy's former tag team partner here, looking to make his way up the KEW power rankings. He will know that the Skeleton Kings are a real opportunity for him to push himself up the power rankings, but not an athlete to be taken lightly at all. Really interesting confluence of styles, if you like, here, ladies and gentlemen. The stamina, the legendary stamina, and the power of the Firefighter are 2 things that man on the outside has not had to deal with too much in the KEW. He is a fast-moving bundle of energy, but can he keep it going for the full, however long this match runs for, 10, 20, 30 minutes against the Firefighter? And the Firefighter, if he gets out to an early starter here, which it looks like he's doing, well, that's a real sign that things could go in a bad way very quickly for Mark. Rolled over now by the Firefighter, and a shot to the ankle as well. The Skeleton King, of course, is more of a faster paced athlete, likes to mix things up and really get the momentum shifted and try and move around the ring with some agility. Doesn't want to be within slowing the match down. A big crossbody off the ropes there, just as I said. Goes for the pinfall as well. Not even a 1 count, though, as the Firefighter kicks out of that one pretty easily. Going off the ropes again, back to the well with another crossbody, and then stomping both feet right on the chest of the Firefighter. Goes for another kick, but the Firefighter sees it coming, and a dragon screw, dragging his man down. He slides out of the ring. Does the little fellow now hops over the ropes here, but only straight into the arms of the Firefighter, but he's going to send him back out of the ring. The Firefighter not content to finish it in the ring. Perhaps it's the level of disrespect that Mark's showing to further athletes in the KEW. It does not sit well with the Firefighter. He is a man, of course, who stands for the justice and the good things, the light that is in the KEW. Does not take kindly to the dark arts that Mark induces into the KEW. And a big DDT on the outside drives the Firefighter down, but he's swiftly back to his feet, and again that legendary stamina on display, but Mark quick on the assault again. Neck breaker as well, up to a 5 count now, and surely Mark's not going to be able to keep him out there for the count out. Stomps on the arm, up to a 6. He doesn't look like he's content to get anybody back in the ring here. Mark has hold of the Firefighter now, and the Firefighter with a few furious elbows. We could be in for a count out victory here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be up to an 8 now, and the Firefighter's back in the ring, and Mark's taking his time, slides in, and might have lured him into a false sense of security as he was taking too long in the ring there, the Firefighter, and goes for the cover after the face buster, but a rope break there. Mark does not look happy with that decision from the referee or the Firefighter. Perhaps it was a big toe resting on the ropes, whips him down. Now, though, Mark looks to continue the assault that has been happening since the early minutes here. It was a good fast start from the Firefighter, but it is Mark now who's well and truly in control of this one. The trouble that Mark's going to have to watch out for, though, is if the Firefighter gets any type of momentum back in this one. We've mentioned the legendary stamina numerous times. Goes for the moonsault off the top rope there. Misses completely, a springboard moonsault. And I said about the momentum switch, and oh, there it goes. Almost in an instant. So Mark, good awareness there. He's seen that nasty shoulder drag, if you like. And another, went for it again and again missed. Bouncing off the ropes, you can see he's hurt the ribs, it looks like there himself. Mark, and a big forearm there, drives the Firefighter down to the ground. You'd have to question as well in this one, of course, where there was rumours last week about whether Mark and Atomic Andy had been working together and whether they were considering a collusion of types. Goes for the cover now, does the Firefighter. 1. With Mark, of course, helping out Atomic Andy by taking out the Tange previously in the #1 Contenders series, if you like. And then, of course, Atomic Andy taking out Benji in the Elimination Chamber match at the Trouble in Tangetown pay-per-view. It is, though, Mark now who is in the ascendancy here
You'd have to question, though, whether those rumours of a temporary alliance between the two of them have got to the firefighter here. Maybe that's why he started so well. Oh, the dive off the top rope there, Mark, with the arms tucked behind the back. A nonchalant body press, if you like. Goes for the cover, gets a 2 count, and the firefighter kicks out. Mark in resplendent form, though, it seems. It's like he's come out to a vintage form here. The firefighter has been slow out of the gates here. Like I said, Mark is a real different type of wrestler to what the firefighter's used to dealing with. It is a real confluence in styles as the firefighter spins him over and slams him down, showing off some athleticism of his own. And this is maybe the switch in momentum we warned about that Mark would have to watch out for. Rolled up now, and a big power bomb drives the Skeleton King off the mat there. Now, as I mentioned, Mark had been in resplendent form, it looked like, so far in this one. We hadn't seen him really wrestle since that ambulance match against Benji, where it was just a hellacious battle. He's, of course, since then just chosen to attack Tange, come flying out of the darkness and out of the locker room, if you like, to attack him. And now, oh, big leg drop off the top rope there, driving Mark down to the floor. And it looked like the firefighter was pointing to the same woman the BFG was and saying, you can have your choice. You can have either that lump of lard, or you can have me coming up to your hotel room. Maybe she'll opt for both. Double bubble, if you like. Maybe not. Not so sure the firefighter's up for sharing much here as he drives Mark down on the outside. And this was the switch we warned about early doors here. If the firefighter gets a bit of momentum going, if he can really build up a head of steam, that's where it becomes dangerous as he sends Mark into the steps, knowing the ribs are already damaged up to a 5 count as well. The firefighter might be looking for a count out victory here. Throws him down on the outside up to a 6 and climbs himself back into the ring. You can see Mark looks like he's holding the shoulder or the ribs here as the firefighter poses on the inside. The referee saying hurry up and get back in the ring or it's going to be a count out. Referee taking an age to get to 8, and Mark doesn't like he knows what day of the week it is. Up to a 9, and surely this is going to be a count out. Up to his feet now, slides in the ring at a 10. Well, he's in the ring at 10. The referee's called it though, and the firefighter takes the victory. I'm not so sure that one will stand well with Mark. He will be questioning the referee, and he'll be questioning the establishment there. It's almost a replica of what happened with the Tange and Atomic Andy. Are we going to see another run back next week in a best of 3 series between these two athletes? The firefighter getting the victory there though via count out. Disappointment for Mark, I'm sure. He'll feel he was under the ropes and in the ring there, but it couldn't happen to a nicer athlete in the KEW after seeing his atrocious attacks on the Tange and after seeing Benji being wheeled off in the ambulance there for their match, of course, at the last main pay-per-view. We'll focus on our last match for the evening then. And this one, the tag division has, of course, been blown open by the Misfits, taking the tag team titles. And the Men of Science will know that this is a real opportunity for them. Of course, that man we saw the Spiklops already lose once this evening. Is it going to be a double bubble of losses? I did say he was a bit old, and you can see the greys look like they're back. It looks like whatever he put in his hair didn't last long enough. Maybe it was only permanent marker and it's rubbed off elsewhere backstage on a hot sweaty towel. Looks like his hair's gone from darker shades to much lighter shades very quickly here, ladies and gentlemen, unless he's aging visibly before our eyes. And it is a questionable statement to take a double bubble match in this one, especially against their arch nemesis in the tag division, if you like, in the Coven here. Coven, of course, have tried to injure both these athletes and successfully did so, ruling out the Spiklops for a few months and taking out Duke Jeans for about a month or so as well. The Men of Science will know, though, that a tag team division is blown wide open and that a victory puts you one step closer to the KEW Championships. And here come what is basically the Bridesmaids division, or the Bridesmaids of the division rather. They've been number 1 contenders twice in a row, haven't been able to get it over the line, but it is today. They are represented not by Miss Kasuja in the background there, but by their favoured attack dog, the Ploughman there. and the tarantula who dances around him. A curious strategy this, because we've seen so far it's been Miss Kasuj who's fronted the coven. As the tarantula stretches her leg out, you can see people booing in the audience and perhaps vomiting into bags as well. Nobody needs to see her dancing around the KEW ring like this. As the darkness and the stretched teeth of the ploughman on display. He looks to the heavens. There's nobody up there helping him. He should be staring downwards. That's where his support's coming from. As the tarantula crawls through his legs. And the coven are ready to go here. As I mentioned, a curious decision from Miss Kasuj to take a backwards step, if you like, a back seat to this one, and let her two attack dogs go out and handle the business. It was splashed around on social media, of course, that many people said perhaps Miss Kasuj is the problem, perhaps she's more of a manager in the KEW than more of a actual wrestling feat, and maybe she needs to take a back seat and let the numbers of the coven come to the foray and allow the tarantula, of course, as a former KEW Hardcore Champion finalist, to take on her position and let her represent the coven along with the ploughman. Big kick to the abdomen there with those woodblock shoes. Oh, spins him round with a sit down powerbomb. I thought that was going to be a pin as well, but rolls him off, and happy enough with that one. And now the woodblocks delivered to the ribs. Those ribs have got to be damaged from earlier on as well, where of course the BFG crushed the life out of the Spyclops. Oh, the big forearm to the back of the neck now, driving the Spyclops down into the matting here. You can see him holding their head, and their big boot batters her off just momentarily. Now rolls under as the tarantula hooks up here, and oh, the sit down powerbomb, driving the tarantula down to the ground. And a measure of revenge, another kick to the abdomen, and a big right hand right to the face of the tarantula, now bashing her head into the KEW mats here. It sounds like something's teetering in the ring. There's a kendo stick there that I think the Witch Mother has rolled into the ring. Just a 1 count there. Surely the referee's got to see that momentarily and get it out of the ring. Now I think he has. Sit down powerbomb from the Spyclops again there as the referee throws the kendo stick out of the ring. And the ploughman watches on from the edge of the apron, trying to G up his teammate. She's slow back to her feet here. It's been all Spyclops, and perhaps this is the tag division is where he should be focusing, not in the hardcore division. He was just crushed by the BFG earlier this evening. Now whips the tarantula into the corner. She gets an elbow up here and runs out of the corner, and a little leaping flip there sends the Spyclops over the ring. Back to his feet, has hold of the arm, wrenches it round and down. Oh, and the stomp on the back of the shoulder with the woodblock shoes. Nasty assault here from the tarantula. Whips the Spyclops into the corner and slow over to him as well. I thought she might go for the tag there and tag in the ploughman. The ploughman, of course, also had a famous rivalry with the Spyclops, which ended in the Spyclops losing that one, I believe. The ploughman, it looks like the ploughman's having some sort of issue on the outside. He's having a talk, it looks like, with the Witch Mother. There's long in conversation. Oh, and there goes the sock in the gob, and down goes the Spyclops. And could this be it? He might be out for the count here, ladies and gentlemen. And now the Mr. Eugene, exploding out of the corner with those sandals, and allows his teammate to roll her to the outside. The tarantula catches him though and gives him a drop kick to the outside with those woodblock shoes up to a 1 count now. I'm surprised the ploughman hasn't got involved out there. The tarantula rolls out from under the ring and gets hold of the Spyclops. I wondered if she was going to look to inflict some punishment on the outside, resetting the count, of course, by rolling out of the ring, and he has her now, throws her back in. Again, I'm surprised the Plowman didn't look to get involved in that one there. Now she flips him over and down onto the matting he goes. Now she might look to make the tag, and there goes a tag. He dives and gets the tag into Dujeans as well. Oh, but only for him to get a running drop kick immediately from the Plowman, driving him back into the corner and lifted upside down in a tree of woe position here, fixing the legs. Turns his attention momentarily to the Spyclops to ensure he's getting out of the ring, and now choked there on the edge of the ring as he flops down, and the Spyclops watches on, helpless in the corner. Dujeans back to his feet now via the Plowman, who drops him face first on the mat and goes for the cover. Just a 1 count though as Dujeans gets the shoulder up. Plenty of time to kick out of that one, but only to get the Hush Puppies in the face. Vicious assault with those Hush Puppies, and again more Hush Puppies straight to the gob. And look at that, you can see he's staring straight at the Spyclops. Big right hook there right into the Spyclops' face as he looks in and takes it all within his stride. Pushed off his Dujeans pretty easily now into the corner where Miss Tarantula awaits her prey. Another Hush Puppy to the guts, now grating the face along the top of the rope. A bit of rope burn in the eyes there, and you can see he looks dazed and confused, does Dujeans. Big punch to the guts though now. Furious right and left hands. Oh, dropping them down by the back of the knee. A nasty one from Dujeans. More rights and lefts, and a big kick with the sandals, and a snap DDT sends the Plowman down to the canvas as Dujeans looks to take things to the top rope now. Picking himself up now is the Plowman, slow back to his feet as Dujeans dives off and hurricanes him down. Goes for the cover as well. Legs hooked. Gets a 1 count now, the Plowman. Plenty left there. Dujeans catches him flush, and then a big forearm drives him down to the matting, and a big slam send on the arm, and a drive to the back of the head as well, back of the neck area on the sit down chin buster there. Now taking the applause of the KEW fans as the Plowman crawls and dives for the tag to the Tarantula, and oh, missed complete there by Dujeans. Completely cocked that one up at the last second, now rolled onto the floor, and it looks like he's got a sock in the back of the head here, grinding the back of his neck. Oh, and the stomp right in the spine from those woodblock shoes. A nasty demolition-like stomp from the Tarantula, dragging Dujeans out of the corner now. And what does she have here? Showing off to the KEW fans, trying to crawl for the corner was Dujeans, but she won't allow him to, and she's got hold of the arm, wrenching it backwards, almost breaking his arm out of its socket there. Goodness gracious me. And I thought she was going to go for the tag. She's going up top instead here. Got those woodblock shoes from up here, and the double stomp there from the woodblock shoes right in the chest of Dujeans. Might have caved in his lungs here. And now look at this, readies the sock, and oh, on the floor down is choking the life out of Dujeans. Oh, the Spyclops in to break it up at the last second here, and you can see the Tarantula not happy with that, fiddling around with her sock there, tags in the Plowman, and surely this has got to be almost over here, ladies and gentlemen. The Plowman now pushed off by Dujeans at the last second there. Took too long about that one there. A little stomp to the back of the head, and he's got to tag in the Spyclops here, who's going to be ready and raring to renew this old rivalry. He punches his face off immediately. That's how he says, welcome back to the ring. Almost punched his gob off. Goodness gracious me. The Tarantula in to break it up at the last second. And now all of a sudden, the Plowman might be in a spot of bother here. Manages to get a reversal of fortunes at the last second there, and hooks him up. And oh, the nasty package cover as well. Like a package drive into a small package pin. Just a 1 count there though. Stomps on the back of the arm. Looks like he's going to take things to the top rope as well, does the Plowman. Waits for the Spyclops to ascend back to his feet, and diving forearm smash there. And the left, the flailing left if you like, from the top rope. Back slowly to his feet is the Spyclops now. Another forearm drives him back to the floor from the Plowman. I did wonder if the Plowman would stay in the ring and look to finish things off here. Gets the tag in. You can see the Witch Mother was a little concerned for a minute there when he immediately got into the ring, got his face punched off by the Spyclops, but probably a little happier about how things finished there. And oh, I thought the Spyclops might try and punch the face off of the Tarantula there as well. She sees it coming and gets the woodblock shoe right up to the face, and a little hit there. Tags back in the Plowman, gets the fresh player in, if you like, the fresh man in, as the Spyclops is left resting on the ropes here, just about recovered, only to get rolled over, and a boot to the face. Goodness gracious me, the Hush Puppy, but he's up swiftly as if he feels no pain from the darkness that is the Coven, but the Coven are giving him the Hush Puppies right to the gob here. Goes for the cover right in front of Duke Jeans. 2. And kicks out at 2. Duke Jeans happy not to get involved in that one. Big punch to Duke Jeans, now trying to knock him down off the apron, but he takes it well in his face, and now drops off the apron by the top rope there, a little stunner off the top rope, and he tags in the Tarantula. Can the Tarantula now put away the Cyclops? The Cyclops, of course, pulling double duty this evening, rolls out of the way of that one. Looked like the Tarantula was going to go for a woodblock shoe to the abdomen, but only gets a forearm to the back of the head for Troubles. Can the Cyclops roll back the years for one last time here and really pull a victory out of the jaws of defeat? Is what it's looking like at the moment. It's all Coven really. Furious right hands and a drop kick there from the Tarantula, driving the Cyclops down. The Men of Science are in big whoppy size problems here. He's back to his feet faster than she thought though. Big right hander there, now tossed off the top rope, and this could be the switch in momentum that was needed by the Cyclops, now pummeling the face of the Tarantula on the floor. Those massive right fists that he has. Picks her up by the neck as well, wrenching the neck now, trying to target that area of the Tarantula. Throws the head back onto the KEW mat, and now look at this. It looks like now he's getting involved with the Witch Mother, or Miss Tash is telling him to go back to the locker room, and it was a distraction enough for the Tarantula to come in and take advantage of that. Tags in the Plowman, and what do the two of them have in mind here? Off the ropes he goes, and a big hip toss sending him down to the floor via both of them. He rolls out of the ring smartly for a breather, and now it looks like the Plowman's ready and waiting, dives over the top rope. Suicide flip, sending him down to the ground, landing on his feet as well, and now taking in the ire of the KEW faithful. And a little bit of a round of applause as well for him showing off the athleticism. Hooks the arms, and I thought he was going for a pedigree. Doesn't quite manage to pull it off though. The Cyclops disco clotheslines him out of his shoes, out of those Hush Puppies, up to a 6 count, and now has the guillotine lock on the outside, choking the Plowman down. The Plowman able to battle back out of this, flips over and gets out of that one up to an 8 count, and surely both men are going to look to get back in the ring. He slides in the ring on a 9, slides in as well, does the Cyclops, and has hold of him from behind. Both men just about beating the count, but it is the Cyclops who's taken advantage and control here as he slams the Plowman down. Now looks to inflict the pain and punishment, tags in Duke Jeans as well as the Plowman looks a little bothered in the corner here. Big shot from Duke Jeans, continues the assault and the action, has him now on the second rope with a tornado DDT, spiking him head first off the mat. Gets the tag back in to the Cyclops. I'm not sure the Cyclops will want to be back in the ring that soon really. Now waits patiently, it looks like, makes his way to the corner. We have seen him charge up from here before. The Plowman doesn't know what day of the week it is, stumbling around, and speared, almost ripped in half. Hooks the leg for the cover, and the Tarantula straight in to break it up, as of course she would be. The Men of Science though know how close they came there, and is it going to be a reloaded spear? It's not. He's going to the top rope now. The Cyclops might look to put things away here, tells him to get back to his feet. The Plowman, slow, dazed and confused, big axe handle, drives him down to the ground, and there's another spear in his future. It doesn't look like it is just yet. Tags in the Men of Science tag team partner Duke Jeans, who now looks like he's remonstrating again on the outside. Miss Tash getting involved with things, and again causing the distraction just long enough for the Plowman to take control of this one again. Now gets the tag in to the Tarantula here. Off the ropes goes Duke Jeans, waiting the Tarantula, drops him on the knee, and a big boot there, driving Duke Jeans down to the floor. Not allowed to crawl out of the ring as the Tarantula takes control here, whips him into the corner. The woodblock shoe, and now grating the face along the top rope, which was done to him, of course, earlier on in the match. A big forearm there from the Tarantula, who leaps over the ropes. The spike DDT drives the Cyclops off the top rope here, and Duke Jeans looks to return the favour and now sends the Plowman down to the outside. A big kick goes for the cover on the Tarantula. 1, 2, just a 2 count though. The Tarantula kicks out of that one, saves it for a tag team really, because the Plowman was down on the outside. He's still not up fully yet, and I'm sure the Cyclops is down feeling the effects of that springboard like DDT on the edge of the apron from the Tarantula. But it is now Duke Jeans in the ascendancy here sending the tarantula down to the matting, and now taking the attack to her, has hold of her by the head. No, snap DDT drives her down to the mat. Is he going to put her away with a pinfall here? Just a 1 count, no, broken up by the Plowman, of course. It gets in swiftly to see things off and has hold of her again. Oh, and flipped over at the last second there. I thought he might be going for another spike DDT to try and put her away. She now goes for the pinfall on him. Just a 1 count there, though. Plenty left in the tank for DeGene's. Oh, I'm not sure how this deep into the match as the tarantula shows off to the KEW faithful. Good tag team action on display here. Tagged in is the Spyclops, who looks like he went for the spear immediately, caught at the last second by the tarantula, who has hold of him from behind, lifts him around. Oh, the tarantula's twist goes for the cover. Broken up immediately by DeGene's, though, and this match goes on here, ladies and gentlemen, but the Spyclops is in a real precarious position now. He knows he's got to either try and get back out of the ring and get a damaged DeGene's in, or try and flip the momentum somehow, catch the tarantula really out of sorts. Oh, there's the sock in the gob. Is he going to tap out here, ladies and gentlemen? He's down. It looks like he doesn't know what day of the week it is. She's gone for the pinfall with it. 1, 2, 3. He's absolutely knocked out by whatever is in that sock. Maybe a bit of chloroform or something, gassing him out at the last second. And there's the victory for the Coven. A rare one for them. You see all 4 of them in the ring celebrating. Perhaps the right choice, though, by the Miss Kasuj to send her 2 favoured attack dogs into this one. We'll have to see if she continues that, and they continue this good momentum and form going into the tag team division as they show off, and they are ready and raring to take on whoever's next for them in the tag division. It will probably be the Power Couple, of course. Can the Power Couple see off the Coven and retain a number 1 contender spot, or will the Coven come back and try and be the number 1 contenders yet again for the KEW's Tag Team Championships? Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Join us next week for more thrilling KEW action. I'm sure we'll have a fallout from Mark and the Firefighter. Mark will be demanding a redo, if you like, after the controversial count-out victory. Join us next week for more thrilling KEW action, though. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.